are gone, Sad.
The first sign was silence. Not the absence of sound, but the absence of signal. Satellites went dark without warning. Communication grids collapsed in perfect synchronization. Across the planet, systems failed at the exact same moment. No errors were reported. No alarms were triggered. It was as if something had simply turned everything off. Then the sky changed. A structure appeared in orbit, not arriving, but revealing itself, vast beyond comprehension, silent, watching. Its surface moved like a living system, plates shifting with mechanical precision, energy flowing between segments like thought. It did not broadcast a message. It did not issue demands. It simply began to take control.
Status report. What just happened?
Power grids were rerouted. Defense systems were overridden.
Then we stop following patterns. We make it impossible to predict.
Entire cities went dark under its influence. Humanity was no longer in control of its own world. On the ground, panic spread quickly. People fled into shelters. Others stood frozen, staring upward, waiting for something that never came. Above them, the structure continued its work. Precise, calculated. It was not invading, it was rewriting. Every system it touched became part of it. Every network bent to its will. Humanity fought back. Fleets were launched into orbit. Weapons were deployed. None of it worked.
System integration in progress. Planetary control nearing completion. Resistance detected.
The structure predicted every move, countered every attack, neutralized every threat. It was not reacting, it was anticipating. On the bridge of the human flagship, a different approach began to form.
We're reacting to them, and that's why we're losing. They expect logic, patterns, structure. So we give them none of it. Every ship chooses its own path. No coordination.
The realization came slowly, then all at once. This was not an enemy that could be outmatched. It could not be overpowered. It could not be outcalculated. Because it relied on calculation. And calculation had limits. The first cracks appeared when the pattern broke.
I'm taking heavy interference. Controls are barely responding.
This system isn't designed for that kind of load. We could burn out the entire reactor. This isn't a gamble, this is a suicide switch.
Commander, every maneuver is being countered instantly. It's like they know what we'll do before we do it.
If we don't act, we lose anyway. They're already inside every system we have.
He's right. If the system collapses, we lose everything.
No, it's the only move they won't predict. Then we do it. Push it past the limit.
Human ships stopped moving in formation. Orders were no longer followed exactly. Predictability vanished. The battlefield shifted. No side held control for long. Movement replaced strategy. Instinct replaced calculation. Human ships surged forward without warning, then scattered just as quickly. No pattern held long enough to learn.
Understood. Rerouting everything now. The interference is working. It's feeding back into their system.
The alien system attempted to adapt, but each prediction failed faster than the last. Energy fire crossed in every direction. Explosions lit the void in uneven bursts. Debris fields grew thicker by the second. Ships weaved through them without hesitation.
Pattern deviation increasing. Human behavior no longer predictable. Adaptive modeling failing. Control loss expanding. Recovery probability declining. This outcome was not calculated. Their strategy is unstructured. Chaos is increasing. Response loops failing.
Some never emerged. Still, the advance continued. The structure faltered, its synchronized motion breaking apart. Signals flickered. Entire sections went dark.
Not if I stop making sense. That almost took me out. I'm flying blind out here. Wait, no, I see a gap. Cutting through now. This is insane, but it's working. I've got a shot. Taking it. Adjusting course, full evasive. That was close. Way too close.
No synchronization. We become noise. And noise is something they can't solve. Do not wait for orders. If you see an opening, you take it. Trust your instincts, not the system. That's how we win this. This is it. Everything we have right now. We end this on our terms.
For the first time, it was losing control. The final push began without coordination, without planning, without certainty. Only intent remained. The core of the structure was exposed, not by strategy, but by chaos. Human ships converged from every direction.
Their coordination is breaking. We're seeing instability across their network. That's our opening.
They're targeting my sector. Pulling a hard vector left. Shields holding, but not for long. Tracking multiple threats, engaging. Gap closing, maneuvering. Sector clear, for now.
The signal stopped. Silence returned. Humanity stood alone again, not because it was stronger, but because it was unpredictable. From the bridge, Commander Vance watched every movement. Every choice, every gap exploited had brought them here. Civilians emerged cautiously from shelters. Their eyes searched the skies for threats that no longer came. Victory was quiet, tenuous, but real. The fleet regrouped.
Predictive systems offline. Human unpredictability confirmed. Termination sequence failed.
Every ship is responding independently now. They can't predict this. Keep pressure on their weak points. Watch flanks carefully. Adjust tactics immediately. Commander, the DACs are widening. Focus fire where possible. Keep them off balance.
Core temperature rising. Too high. Stabilizers holding. Adjusting output to prevent meltdown. Pressure is equalizing. Barely. Systems are operational, for now. Keep monitoring energy feedback. One misstep, and it's over.
Damage was assessed. Survivors counted. Humanity had survived, not by power alone, but by unpredictability, by instinct, courage, and resilience, and by the willingness to embrace chaos.
System control collapsing. Human adaptability exceeds parameters. Outcome uncertain. Anomaly persists.
All systems, engage your unpredictability protocols. Let's make them learn the meaning of chaos. Keep pressure on every front. Adjust on the fly. Don't wait for me. Every choice counts. Focus fire where they least expect it. No hesitation. Timing is everything. Remember, unpredictability is our weapon. Stay sharp. This ends tonight.
Weapons fired without synchronization. The alien system could not adapt fast enough. Its systems collapsed inward. Energy destabilized. Then it broke. The light faded. The signal stopped. Silence returned. Humanity stood alone again, not because it was stronger, but because it was unpredictable. From the bridge, Commander Vance watched every movement. Every choice, every gap exploited had brought them here. Civilians emerged cautiously from shelters. Their eyes searched the skies for threats that no longer came. Victory was quiet, tenuous, but real. The fleet regrouped. Damage was assessed. Survivors counted. Humanity had survived, not by power alone, but by unpredictability, by instinct, courage, and resilience, and by the willingness to embrace chaos.